Are you wondering how to take better photos for your Instagram, whether it's, to grow your online brand or business, or maybe you just want better personal life photos to share online? I've got you in this video. We're going to talk all about the basics of shooting with your phone, some good things to keep in mind, the basics of how to choose lighting and better locations, and also a little bit on how to choose presets and editing your images and how to take photos of yourself to get those images to share on Instagram. So if all that sounds really great to you, that's what we're going to dive into in this video. So I hope you stick around for the whole thing. Can't wait to hang out with you guys and share all of the fun things about how to take better photos for your Instagram. And P.S. this video is actually brought to you by my mobile presets that just launched this week. So if you want to check them out, the link will be down below. And now we will get into the video. All right, so when it comes to the basics, the very bare bones of when you are shooting with a mobile phone, there are a few things that I'm keeping in mind, the little tweaks that can make a huge difference in how your photos are going to turn out. And the first one is making sure you're wiping your phone's camera screen. And I usually do this just with like my shirt or something like that. But if you think about it, your phone's camera, whether it's the selfie camera or it's the outward-facing camera we're going to take photos with, you are probably holding it with your hands a lot, you're smudging it with your hands, you are holding your phone up to your face to talk on the phone and getting makeup all over it and just like basically just gunk all over your camera. And so it's a really good idea anytime you're taking a photo to make sure that you are wiping that camera screen and making sure that it's completely clean, completely clear of any smudges before you take a photo. The difference, I'm going to put a photo right here that shows you the before and after difference of when my phone camera was smudged versus when I made it unsmudged. And it just makes such a big difference. So make sure you're doing that all of the time when you are taking photos with your mobile phone. The second thing when it comes to the basics of shooting with your mobile phone is make sure that you're shooting within your actual camera app, not another external app like Instagram or Snapchat or something along those lines. It really does make a big difference if you're shooting within the actual camera app, no matter if you have an Android phone or an iPhone or any other type of smartphone. Make sure you're using the actual camera app that's going to give you the absolute best quality possible with the camera that you have. Another thing to keep in mind is to make sure to try to use as much natural light as possible. So especially when it comes to taking photos for your Instagram, if you're doing that more intentionally, if you can go outside somewhere and find a really cute spot outside, that's going to be your best bet most of the time. And if you are shooting indoors, maybe you want to take a cute photo in your office or on your bed or on your couch or something along those lines. Having as much natural light as possible is also very important to keep in mind. So make sure you're opening up all of your windows, maybe turning off all of your artificial lights. That's going to give you the best lighting possible and help to really reduce the noise and the grain in your photos and to have the best camera quality as possible, as well as having more beautiful light in your photos, because natural light just tends to photograph really naturally, obviously, because it's called natural light, and really beautifully as well. So that's my number one tip. Make sure you always have as much natural light as possible, whether you can go outside and take a photo or if you're indoors, just open up all your windows and have a ton of natural light coming in. And I actually have a free lighting walkthrough video of me taking a photo indoors. If you're interested in that, you can grab it at the link down below. It's completely free and you can watch a tutorial video walkthrough of me talking through lighting indoors and the best practices and all of those types of things. Another thing to keep in mind, and something that I honestly see people doing a lot, is using the zoom feature on their phone. And what I will tell you about that is to try to avoid actually zooming in and out. Like, when you pinch your fingers on the screen and zoom in and out with your phone's camera, avoid doing that at all, if at all possible. Instead of using the zoom feature on your phone, it's better to physically move your feet to get closer or further away from your subject. And it's going to maintain as high a quality as possible for your phone's camera. So if I can give you anything, please, please, please don't zoom in. You move your feet when possible. I know sometimes you're far away from your subject and there's no possibility of getting closer, and that's when the zoom feature can be handy, but it will lower your quality a little bit from your phone's camera. So when you can avoid it, I recommend avoiding it. The next thing I think we need to talk about that, in my opinion, is probably pretty obvious that we should talk about is how to have great lighting and locations for your iPhone photos. So let's talk about it for a second. So when you're going to take a mobile photo for your Instagram feed and you're trying to figure out the best location and the lighting and all of that, let's talk about location first, because I think you need to make sure that your location is exactly how you want it to be before you maybe think about the lighting. So The first thing to think about is make sure you're decluttering your backgrounds. And there's a few different ways you can do this that I go in depth in the videos that come with my presets. But essentially, you want to make sure that you're clearing some clutter out from your locations as much as possible. So think, maybe if you have cords all over your desk and you want to take a photo in your home office, maybe clean off your desk a little bit, not have a ton of cords on your desk. Or maybe you want to take a photo on your couch and you have a bunch of clutter all over your coffee table. Clear off your coffee table, or maybe when you're editing the photo afterward, make sure you're cropping it in enough so that you can't see the clutter on the coffee table anymore. So you can either, clean off the clutter before you start shooting, which is the most preferable way to declutter your locations. But something else you can do is cropping it out after the fact if you forget to clear out your clutter or it's not an option while you're taking the photos. Decluttering your locations really just helps to make your photos look a little bit cleaner, a little bit more professional, and overall just look probably more how you want them to, not having a ton of clutter in them. Okay, now let's talk more about lighting. And I'm gonna talk about indoor lighting first because I get a lot of questions from you guys about exactly how to have the best lighting indoors. And there are a couple of key principles when you're shooting indoors. And number one, open all of the windows. And number two, turn off all of the artificial lights. And that's something that, like I mentioned before, that indoor lighting lesson video that's completely for free. You can learn more about how I'm putting this into practice. The link will be down below. But essentially, you want to make sure that you have as much natural light coming into your space as possible. You're turning off all artificial lights, because if you have artificial lights on, chances are the light's going to be different from the natural light coming in, and it's going to look a little bit weird. You're going to have more orange cast on your skin. You're going to have just more of a fake look to your image, which is something that we don't want. So make sure you're opening up all of your windows. Helps you to have higher camera quality as well. If you're someone who's looking for the best time of day to shoot and the best location overall, typically golden hour is going to be a really beautiful time of day to take photos at. So if you want to maybe have some of that dreamy, glowy sunset light that you see in images, you're going to want to shoot a golden hour. So golden hour is typically 1 to 2 hours before the sun sets. So if the sun sets at 8 p.m., you want to be shooting between 6 and 7 p.m. And it's really going to help you to have that dreamy light that you have seen in some of those images. And I'll put some examples right here of a bunch of images that I have taken at golden hour and some of the looks that you can achieve by shooting at this time of day. And it really only works if it's a sunny day. Obviously, if it's overcast, you're not going to have a golden hour like this. But if it is a really beautiful day and the sun is bright in the sky, you're going to have some really pretty lighting like there are in these photos. Something else that I think can be really, really helpful when we're talking about having better photos for your Instagram is make sure that you're editing all of your images the same exact way. And I talked about this when we talked about how to have a better aesthetic Instagram feed in that video right here. We talked a lot about that and how editing your photos, having the same feel to your photos, can actually really, really help you to have a better Instagram feed. So this is something that I think is really, really important if you are wanting to take better photos and editing your photos the exact same way every time. And I am actually launching my own presets this week. So if you are interested, the link will be down below. They have more of a natural, clean, light and airy feel to them. So if that's something that you want, these are going to give you that exact look. And something that I heard from you guys a lot when it came to preparing to launch these presets is that you just don't have the confidence to edit your images, to take beautiful images. So I'm basically giving you my entire, not only editing system, but also how to photograph beautiful images and an even deeper dive into a lot of the things we've talked about in this video. And my heart behind that is I want you guys to be confident in that. I hear from way too many of you guys that you don't have beautiful images to basically market your brand or your business online because you don't have the confidence. You don't even know where to start when it comes to how to take photos really, really simply on the go with your phone. And something that I have found for my own Instagram that has worked so well in specifically growing a business is making sure that I have images that feel really genuine. And if I am always sharing really professional, high quality DSLR images, whether another photographer took them or I took them myself, it really does feel almost more unattainable in a sense, in that if you're able to share also iPhone images, you're able to mix those in, and it allows you to share a little bit more images that feel a little bit more personal, right? Because they are taken with an iPhone. And also it helps you to share more of your personal life. I'm a huge fan of growing a personal brand, and that's something you guys have asked me to talk about more too. So I think I'll do a video on that soon. But essentially, it helps you to do that as well, because you're able to take beautiful images, you're able to edit them on the go, you're able to share them on the go. And my heart behind these is really to help you guys do that, to do more of that, to either, whether you're someone who just wants to photograph their life better and take better photos to share on social media, or if you're someone who wants to take better photos for your brand, that really is my heart behind creating these. And so kind of wrap up this point, basically make sure that you are editing your photos the exact same way every time, and that you have confidence in the preset that you're using, because it actually can really help you to have better images for your Instagram. So if there's a preset that you love that you see someone using, or there's a look that they have that you like and you want to have a similar style, maybe learn from them, or maybe buy that preset. Okay, so maybe by now you are maybe wondering to yourself, Stephanie, how do you even get all of these images of yourself? Like, is someone else taking them for you? Are you doing self-portraits? And the answer is really a combination of both. So if you are someone who is wondering how to get more photos of yourself, number one, you can use a tripod for your phone and sit on a self-timer and take self-timer portraits, which is something I do all of the time. So a smartphone tripod looks something like this. This is the one I got from Amazon. We'll have it linked below if you want to check it out. But essentially, you just put your phone in right here, and you're able to set it up wherever you want. These extend, and then these extend as well and go up super high. You're able to use this wherever you want to take self-portraits. So whether you want to do some self-portraits in your office, or you want to do some with friends at a park or something like that, you can always do something along those lines and use the self-timer feature in your phone. But something that I also do when I want like photos of just me, it's as simple as just asking my husband to come along and take photos for me. So you can either bring along a family member, you can either have a friend come along and take photos of each other or something like that. And that can be a really easy way to have some awesome photos for yourself, and also bring someone along and enjoy the experience with you. Kind of along the same lines of getting your photos, something that I really wanted to touch on to wrap up this video is to not let perfection overcome you. I know I talked a lot about, making sure you're editing them the right way, or having the right lighting, and all of those things. And all of those things are really good things, don't get me wrong. But I want to encourage you guys, don't let that hold you back from actually taking the photo, for actually capturing your life. Even if you are in a dark situation, you don't have any natural light, or maybe you are, maybe your background is cluttery and you can't really do much about it, but to capture the moments that are happening in front of you, don't let this perfectionism of wanting things to be perfect hold you back from capturing it. If anything, maybe you can take a couple images of how it's happening in front of you, and then see if you can tweak a couple of things to make it even better for something you might want to share on your social media. Maybe that's a little bit cleaner, it doesn't have that clutter, or has the windows open now, or something like that. But I think that's something that's really important, to make sure that you're actually taking the photo. Don't let that hold you back. Don't let, wanting everything to be absolutely perfect before you actually take a photo. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe to this video, because it really does help more people to see this, and I would absolutely love to help more people see this video, watch this video, learn all the things. So that would be just amazing if you would do that. And I upload a new video every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you subscribe, you'll be up to date on all of the new videos, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye guys. Hi, dude. What's you doing, buddy? You are a sweet boy. He just sitting. I'm sitting here. He's sitting over here. Yeah, you're being a good boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're so sweet. I love you. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, you couldn't get that all dirty, buddy. You already got a no smudge mark on you now. It's crazy. I just love your little nose. He's like, Mama, we're gonna do something fun. We need to do something fun. Why are you chewing on my camera strap, buddy? No bite.